Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here I am, Gamer bringing you a brand new Let's Play series. Now this Let's Play series is of a different sort of game. Now this is a Let's Play series I'm going to be uploading alongside with Corpse Party, but here's something completely different. It's technically a game, but yeah, a lot of people might not see it as a game. It's Katawa Shoujo. It's a visual novel game. It's, you know, you read a lot, you make choices, that's it. You look at pictures, I'm pretty sure that's all you do. So I thought this would be just something to relaxedly record, just do some personal talking, a lot of talking, hopefully entertain you. And I like anime, which this kind of visual novel is in that kind of style. So, alrighty, let's go into options. There is adult content, which I will disable. Not really, or will I? Should I disable it? I can't show it to YouTube, so I think I'll disable it. Alright, so I've heard that, yes, this does have adult, you know what I mean, but it's rare. Like, it's there when it needs to be there. Skip unread text. Nope. Keep skipping after choices. Nope. Yep. I've got my controller set up. My controller works with this. Alright, and let's get this started. Hopefully this is somehow, in some way or fashion, possibly entertaining. In any case, let's get started. I'm not sure if I want to go for mouse or keyboard. Alright, let's go. Ooh. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy, far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. I mean, that's a good thing. You don't want to die from hypothermia. I mean, why the hell am I standing outside anyway? I mean, it's kind of silly there. Hisao? Who the hell's that? Is that me? I don't know. Just how long am I supposed to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 p.m. Ooh, a note. I wonder who it was from. Ah, yes, the note. Slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. How on earth weren't you looking at your math book? It's pretty important stuff right there. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. Do people really go for the whole letter thing anymore? Anyone? Do they? I have no idea. I'm not an expert. I would like to think I am, but I'm not. Can someone tell me if that still somehow happens? As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. Winter is coming. The snowflakes, silently falling from the white painted sky, are the only signs of time passing in a stagnant world. So yeah, this is the game. Don't expect much more. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. Hopefully this is a good story though. I heard that this is actually a pretty good game. With, you know, it's a good story. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. A ninja with a sword! Now it's up to you, player, to kill him with QTEs. Go, heavy rain style! And I wish that's what it said, but no. Hi! Hisao! You came! No, I don't want to do that. I'm guessing it's a girl. A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. It's kind of creepy. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race. And my throat is going to kill me tomorrow morning. Oh my god. She's from an anime. I'm from an anime. So I am Hisao. Okay. I'm guessing it's Hisao. Iwanako, I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Damn it. I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line and that was the result. Yeah. If I was in that situation, I'd come up with the best, you know, line like... Damn, girl. Not really. I'm pretty sure I'd screw up somehow. Anyway, pathetic. Yeah. Okay, how am I supposed to... should I try and do voice acting? Alright, yes. I asked a friend to give me you that note. I'm so glad you got it. That's terrible! I can't do it. I'll try. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle, even if I tried. You know, you probably could do it. If you can't, it's kind of the hypothermia killing you slowly. Oh, more of that tree. Oh, God, I'm dying. My heart is pounding now, as if it were trying to burst out from my chest and claim this girl for herself. No, that's an alien. And those are chest bursters, and they burst out your chest, grow into an alien, and then they kind of make that icky, gooey stuff everywhere, and the queen makes an egg, and that turns into a face like it gets onto someone, and then that's another chest burst, and then the cycle continues. That's romance for you. So, here we are, out in the cold. As you can tell, I'm a professional voice actor. Not really. Although someone did tell me, have you been in radio before? Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears. That's music to your ears? Well, okay then. Not gonna say anything about that. Iwanako flitches ever so softly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence. Yes, that jacket of mine would totally bring someone else confidence. Her eyes look with mine, and she lazily twirls her long, dark hair around her finger. Do girls do that? They twirl their hair? Because I twirl my hair. Actually, I scratch my hair. Kind of annoying. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. Screw hearts. My heart's never helped me. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. You see... Oh god, I can't do this. Anyway. I'm dying! Ah! Help me! I wanna go, don't talk to me! Take me to a hospital, I'm seeing red! I see red! I see red! I see red. Anyway, I wanted to know... if you'd go out with me. I stand there, motionless, save for my pounding heart. Because I was frozen, because of the hypothermia, because I was standing outside the cold, because of this witch forcing me outside. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. That's exactly what my vocal cords feel like they're doing right this second, after just talking for 10 minutes. Actually, how long's it been? It's been about 5 minutes, great. Hisao? I reach up to try and massage my throat, but it's only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms. That's not normal. Hisao? God, I'm dying! My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror. Terror? Is that seriously the reaction you're gonna use? Terror? Alright. I can't breathe. Hisao! I am dying, aren't I? I knew it. The beating in my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, and Iwanako running towards me, all these fade to black. My mouse is just here, just doing nothing. The last thing I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help, and the incessant clatter of the branches above. Oh, well that's a good sight. Barely staying alive. 4 Leaf Studios presents a book. Katawa Shoujo. It's basically a book. But what's happened so far is basically what's going to happen for the rest of the... Ooh! Animation! Not too shabby. I didn't expect that, actually. Is that normal? I did not expect animation. Or is this just for the opening sequence? Be cool if this was for, just bits and pieces. Anyway. That's cool. So yeah, there's this, and it's basically Mass Effect without any of the combat. pretty much. And the character models don't move. It's just pictures. But apparently it's a good thing. It's good. Apparently that's what I've heard. It's good. So, alright. I love good stories. I do love good stories. That's the number one thing I'm into for games, is a good damn story. Thing is though, apparently this game, you have to play it multiple times for different routes. I don't know if I'm going to do that. But in any case, apparently it takes, I don't know, a long time. Double-digit hours. More than maybe 20 or so. It's been 4 months since my heart... Oh, 4 months! Oh, jeez. Ooh. It's, in that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts. So, I've had plenty of time to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. A strange word. A foreign, alien one. One that don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat away too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on for so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. A cure! I thought it was a genetic disease, anyway. Of course, I thought so. There isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards, until I realized that was just my teachers making me feel better because none of my friends realized I was gone. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after, because they thought to themselves, why the heck would I want to be friends with a kid in bed who can't even play Scrabble? I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Wow, I wasn't too far off. It's just a sympathy thing. That would suck. That would, yeah, yeah. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. But eventually, they decided I didn't exist. They got a new kid. He's, apparently pretty smart. They call him Simon. Named after my dog. Turns out, I'm actually not their biological kid. I'm adopted. Yeah, you see, I can make up a story. Onako was the last to stop visiting. Wow! The one who was trying to ask you out. Me out. Yeah, okay. Yeah. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. That would be pretty awkward, actually. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. The hospital. It's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they are in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. The first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So, I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of an omen. And then I asked them, can I have that scar from Harry Potter on my chest? You know, pick up the ladies. They said no. To this day, I regret it. That makes no sense, actually. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope. At some point I stopped watching TV. Don't know why, I just did. Instead I just lie down, listening to radio,
because, you know, everyone knows there's great stuff on the radio, like the latest songs from Justin Bieber, One Direction, and all those classic hits everyone loves listening to. I'm joking, by the way. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital. I thought it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more, because I turned into a book slut. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit of addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. That's when my parents had an intervention. How can you become addicted? I wonder if someone has become addicted to books and had to have like an intervention. That'd be weird. But I loved the stories. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly hard to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blended into some kind of gooey mass. I was trapped inside, instead of moving within. A week would go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But actually, that's exactly like me. I forget how old I am, actually. But other times, all the things that surround me would plainly crash into my consciousness, through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness of my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry, until I did, because I'm a wuss. But that happened only rarely, because I'm a man. And I couldn't even cry, because I ran out. Today the doctor's What? The doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. Kid, you're going to die. My parents are here. Oh god, I am going to die, aren't I? It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not I knew it! I'm actually dead! I'm actually dead. This is my funeral. They couldn't afford to move me at the hospital, and now I'm having a funeral in the hospital. Right, yeah, they thought, it's not the worst funeral, but, he'll do. There is this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers, then setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Well, that's a ritual. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eye for a moment, and realizes that he wants me so bad. And that is when he knew his longing for me had to be quenched. He had to have me. And that is the love story of a cardiologist and his patient. Hello, Hisao. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little, back at him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medications sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands me a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? You have 7 days. The absurdly long list of medications starting back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend in a sea of letters. Nausea! Procraniamide. What the hell is that? That is a sea of letters, I can't see. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I tried to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand anything of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. All this for the rest of my life? Every day? I'm afraid that is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have feel better if he hadn't said anything at all. Oh my god, my head is so dizzy. Anyway. Also, I have spoken with your parents, and believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. Why? Why? What? Do they all hate me now? Okay then. What? Please, calm down. Yes, Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down. The way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? Am I? It has a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go. But your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look at a couple of weeks back. I think you'd like it. It looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity. Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and while it's not the same one, a special school, that's an insult. That's what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All of the students there are pretty active, in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help, in one way or another. Your father's... Oh, damn it, that was the father! I read it as the doctor. Your father's right, and many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. Well, I mean, like, come on. I go to a school, and there's a bunch of... not a bunch, but there's a couple of people with disabilities. What do you mean by disabilities? Do you mean physical or mental? Or is it going to be both? Because I go both at my school. I mean, you know, totally go to school. It's the same thing. I mean, look... Is there... alright, whatever. I really hate that something so important was decided for me. What can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. That's not true. Don't think that, me. It's funny. I always thought my life was actually kind of boring. And now I miss it. Yeah, life is boring. Going to a different school full of people who are essentially not normal, that sounds interesting to me. Actually, I would like to go. Actually, that would be pretty interesting to see. Going to a school and everyone you see is different. Everyone you see is interesting. I mean, it's not some. I haven't got some dark interest now. I'm just saying, I would find it interesting going to if I was in this kid's position. You're going to a school and every single person you meet isn't just a bland face. There's a story behind them. There's history, and then there's something unique. I think that would be actually pretty cool for him, for me technically. But okay, let's go. Let's keep going. I want to protest. I want to blame this kind of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now, something about how I could go back to school anyway. But no, I don't say anything. The fact is that I know now, it's futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this. But the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's just very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. Yeah, you see, now you're feeling positive. Yeah, I thought you would. That is all I think of to get me through this. At least I still have something, even if it's a special school. It's something. It's a fresh start. My life isn't over. It'd be a mistake if I just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least,
I'll try and see what my new life looks like. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, is the backstory of me. Because, yeah, this has a lot of talking. Are we actually getting the intro now or something? Act 1, life acceptance. Alright, Act 1! That was the prologue! We're going into Act 1, guys! Okay. Alrighty. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that. This one especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and grey plaster assembled into a hole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wonder if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gates for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. And my god, the art style. It's photorealistic because guess what, it is a photo. Or it's a painting. I'm not sure. Is this a lower quality photo or a painting? Because it's blurry in the distance. Anyway. So I walked towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone, and my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. I've never been to a school with dorms. Never seen a school with dorms. What's it like to sleep at a school? That would kill me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. Doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have. More like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass, and all other park-like things. Words like clean, hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies, too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. What was I expecting? What was I expecting? I don't know, like disabled buildings? There being no stairs, just slopes? I don't know. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. Maybe it's because there's classes or something. Or it's a weekend, I don't know. It makes me wish that there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. I wonder how many kids go to a disabled school. Because there have to be kids that, you know, live near the hospital and are disabled and would need to go to a disabled school. So how many? Would that just be like one class? Realistically, I'm not sure. Or would people travel all the way just to the school or something? I don't know. The trees hum with the wind, and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again, how they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming colour. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? ... Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprise myself by realising why the gate bothered me. It was the last entrance I had to turn back, even I had no chance I could return to. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous and with this realization set in my mind, I opened the front door to another photo that's low quality. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I head into... We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. Okay, so I can actually access the main menu just here, and I can save. I just need to know that. I've played for 25 minutes. Alrighty. Oh, that's cool, actually. Alright. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, he is tall, and he has a beard, and I don't know if he's a trespasser or a teacher, or I don't know. You're, well, I have an Irish... Oh, you must be, Nikki. Nikkei. So you are, excellent. I'm a homeroom and science teacher. My name is Moto. Welcome. Why am I going? I'm going all over the place, this guy. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. Oh, the head nurse asked you for a brief check-in visit, and there's no time for that now.
Oh, should I go later?
Yes, after. It's probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting there already.
Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel very nervous. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher is saying.
Do you want to introduce yourself to the class?
Okay! We have a decision.
Yeah, of course. Or why? Yeah, of course, or why? I think it's pretty obvious. But we should actually... Oh, well, yeah, of course! I want to introduce myself to the class. No, I wouldn't. If I was in this situation, hell no. So I'll ask why.
Why do I have to?
Of course not! That's why I asked. Right. Let's go then. So I'm still gonna do it. My heart is pounding in my chest and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down, the third floor corridor is marked as the classroom for class 3-3. It turns out that's actually a janitor's closet. The teacher shoves me in and he begins his secret lust. He tells me, I loved you ever since I looked so eyes on you. And then he begins the romantic interest of teacher and student. And thus, the love story begins. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Anyway.
Moto opens the door and enters.
Good morning, everyone! Sorry I'm late. Again.
I hesitate for a split second as the door freezing on the spot.
Ah, get a grip! This is a big step, I know that. But there isn't any point to worrying so much about it. At least, not this soon. Ah! Anime characters! It's so intimidating. I thought so. How many people are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 people. 10 characters. Okay, there are 10 characters. Let's go and guess what stereotypes there are. At the top left, we can obviously see someone with a fake eye, so she's had an accident with her eye. Blondie is obviously mentally disabled. Emo above the eye, obviously. She has something against her hand, so I guess she's a burn victim. The back right, I think, is just a normal kid that just comes here for the ladies. That chick in the middle that's left, I'm going to guess, is actually a psychopathic serial killer. That guy smiling with his eyes closed has Brock disease, which means he cannot open them. That guy in the middle right is obviously has a brain hemorrhage. The chick or guy at the... No, I bet the person at the front left is actually a dude crossdresser, and that's a mental thing. I don't know. The chick at the very front is short, and the chick at the front right is an emo. Look, she had her wrists. Anyway, let's see how right I am. Anyway, I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around, partially so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new male classmates. Hang on, I'm just gonna check the time. 10:29. Alright. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high and there's lots of space left over around and in between the desks. An entire wall taken up by blackboards and the high, old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. Blackboards! Ha 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 ha! My school hasn't used blackboards in 8 years. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like students in another class, but then, why would they be here? I just pointed out a bunch of stuff that isn't necessarily normal, but anyway. They probably like me and have something wrong with them, only it's just not immediately obvious. Then I notice that one of the girls seems to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. Oh, we've got more classmates. Okay, chicken glasses, I don't know. She can't see. The dude at I'm gonna guess has a mental disability. Chick at the back, I'm gonna guess has the mental disability of have the fetish for mental disability kids. I don't know. Chick with pink hair, I'm gonna guess she has hair lice. Chick at front left is
has a fake leg, so she has a leg off. Dude at the front is actually 23 years old and has not passed school yet, so they moved him here. And the chick at top right obviously lost both of her legs because they're both fake. Okay. Alrighty. They probably like me, and I just read that anyway. Let's keep going. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me. A girl with really long, straight hair that is pretty eye-catching. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hand as if to make her invisible. There is one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions. Sign language. She peers at me over the rims of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. She's kind of cute. So is the cheery-looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. Aha! Alright, yeah, that's the black-haired glasses girl. That's the one that's deaf, okay. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Can you seriously get that hair like that? I would like to see that. Please welcome our new classmate. And I keep changing his accent. He claps his hands, and so does everyone else, except one girl in the front row who has only one hand. And that's the chick leaning against her hand. I'm gonna get... No. That's the chick with no legs. Oh, great. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing in thanks for this applause I did not deserve. After the applause, there's a brief silence that nobody seems to want to be responsible for breaking. The teacher soon realizes that he should probably say something. He opens up with some unintelligible noise, shuts up as he loses his momentum, and then starts introducing me. Nobody seems to be too interested. Maybe I should have just said yes to the self-introduction thing. Probably realizing he doesn't know anything about me, he just ends up saying my name wrong again, and he asks me to write it on the blackboard. I do that and turn back to face the class, feeling awkward because I haven't used a blackboard in 8 years, so my handwriting is shocking. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round, with her one hand against the other wrist that ends in a bandage stump. Oh, how depressing. It makes me feel a little bad. We're going to be doing some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Hakamishi. She's in the class representative. She can explain anything you want to know. And who else won't be able to better? I completely screwed up that line! Right? How could I know? The teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that he will be working in groups of 3. Assignment day 1? Screw this! I did not come to school for a day 1 assignment. God, that would kill me. I hate going into groups, especially when you're in a classroom and you don't like anyone. Or, you know what? You know what else is really depressing? When you're in classroom and you count the amount of friends you have, you're like 1, 2... I have 3 other friends in this classroom, but I'm gonna guess they're gonna choose each other and not me. That's really depressing, you know, man? I'm just saying. Anyway, it hits me that I don't know about who Hakamichi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Wait, why did I just say slow in this sentence? I'm not even sure. Oh, right. Hakamichi is right there. Shizuri Hakamichi. Ah, it's pink-haired girl. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes waved her hand at me. I take a seat next to her by the window, and the time is now 10:35. I need to find a quick, let's see how much time it is. Alright, I need to find a quick, place to save, and then stop recording. So, alrighty. Shh, I didn't read it! There we go. Sorry. I take a seat next to her by the window. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you, mate. What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter.
Nice to meet you too! But... I'm not Hakamishi, I'm Misha! This is Hakamishi Shi-chan! Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she has been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. Oh, she looks cute. I'm trying to say that without sounding a bit weird. But yeah, she looks... she should get, like, you know, hearing aids. She has short, yet carefully, neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of a dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytically and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. This will be the easiest person to voice act as. Yeah, it's not funny. It's some serious stuff. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I offended any deaf people listening to this video. I'm sorry if you heard that. Anyway, she immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Hakamishi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher who was messing with me, saying things like, "You will be able to talk to people," and "Who will better explain things to you?" I can see you're a little confused, right? Right? I understand why you would think I was Shi-chan. Shi-chan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her, and I just rubbed my hand against my mic, and this voice is going to absolutely kill me. Anyway, I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. It's gonna kill me. I'm so sorry for this voice acting. ... You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shi-chan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right? Right? Misha looks at me with a weird expression, then continues. We don't know much about him, but maybe we'll find out later. I guess she has a kind of a British accent. Maybe I should have introduced myself after all. Anything would have given a better first impression than the teacher's droning and fumbling with my name. Hang on a second! When he asked, I said why. I didn't say yes or no. I'm just saying. I would have said no anyway, but still. I'm just saying. We knew that there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today! So soon! Hishan, right? Hik-chan? Yep! It fits, doesn't it? Oh my god, I'm so sorry for this voice acting! Did I say it out loud? It's a surprise. I've never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. It fits! You look just like I imagined! Okay, you're twitching your glasses, but you can't talk. Why'd you open your mouth? Yeah, you look just like a Hika-chan! I wonder why everyone seems to think so. She's got a good smile. But the pink-haired chick makes me want to cry in fear. She taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. And fourth, they gesture back and forth to each other, excitedly. Their hands a blur. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. Sorry about that. Shi-chan wants to know what that she's the class rep. So if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Okay, please in the comments tell me if there's, if you can't stand this. If either the voice acting is helping or if it's really bad. I'm actually liking doing this, but it's killing my throat. Or at the very least tell me if there's a specific voice you don't like. For instance, if you don't like my terrible try at Misha with being an energetic psycho girl, then tell me, I'll try and change it to something more bearable.
Quick, I gotta find a good place to pause and save and stop recording. And end part 1. Misha stumbles with a hard word a bit, making it stick out in a otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just got I just kind of came straight to class today. She's very quiet. Oh my god, stop laughing like that, you freak! I wonder if this is an anime. Anyway, that's not good! You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there! Now, not just with the school either! Always! Even if it's a trip to the convenience store! Really? Shi-chan! Oh my god, please! I've got to make up a different voice for her! Nope, I'm sticking to it until you guys tell me not to. Learn about where you're going. I guess I didn't bother to do that. Or just didn't care enough to do so. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half-heartedly. But anyway, I don't say anything, and Misha signs something that ends in a shrug. What was that? It seems like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. You look down! Are you okay? She's a very quiet type, I see. Don't take it the wrong way, please! I hate when people are afraid to ask questions! That's how I learn things, by asking! Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help! Stop looking like you just failed a test! Holy crap, I'm so sorry! Alright, she is the easiest to voice act, I'm just saying. Ah, and another thing, you don't have to call Shi-chan something so formal like Hakamishi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shi-chan. Why is she blushing? Is saying your first name, oh I'm guessing is her first name, really deserving a blush? Ah, okay, maybe that's not too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate? Okay, she still looks calm down. Yup! Shizune is fine! Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly. So I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier, especially about Shizune, who I assumed would be all business. Well, I mean, she's a great talker for business. I'm sorry for these jokes. Well, she still seems like that. Just less so, I guess. Oh, she's got an exclamation point. You can tell something serious here. Huh? Oh, right. We haven't even touched assignment. We should start work now, or Shi-chan will get mad. Oh, we're in a group. Oh, okay then. The assignment is also kind of long. We should start now if we want to finish it before the end of the class. That's two. She looks grumpy. Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today. Okay? The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Yeah, that does sound like assignments. Still, we finished a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class. Despite our late start, Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish. Not to mention a little more easily distracted. Yeah, I kind of got that. Just so you know, I've actually come to the point where I'm standing up in voice acting. Yeah, I kind of get into this. This is actually good for me. I don't know. I always thought if I ever failed at the point of coding and computer program, which is what I want to do, I could do something with talking and voice acting or something, radio, I don't know. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. You know what? I hope people actually do feel guilty about that, because that's what I usually do. I usually do most of the work this year. The clock tower bell rings, signaling the end of period. Time for lunch. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where I'm going to leave it. We're going to lunch. Alrighty, so that was part 1 of my Let's Play of Katawa Shoujo. And so far, now you know exactly what the entire visual novel video game is going to be. Me voice acting extremely terrible voices, and also reading, and looking at pictures, and making decision every 50 minutes. So, I mean, you know, in case you're watching this because it's not your cup of tea to play, but maybe it's your cup of tea to watch me play, because, I don't know, maybe my twist with it, with my voice acting and commentary is good for you. But in any case, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I don't know how. Please tell me if you are enjoying this, or if this is just a bore. Because I'm like, cause you know what, it's interesting enough for me. As I said, I do like stories. I really love playing stories. And I'm pretty sure if I can get into this kind of game, this visual novel kind of game, if it has a good story, not gonna lie, I'm a huge sucker for romance stories. Yeah, shut up, I'm a man. In any case, I hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of this Let's Play, and I hope that part 2 can have some more stuff going on. In any case, this has been the Pseudo Gamer Guy, and see you in the next part.